So far on Boot Wizard, it's pretty fair to say that I've been quite hard on the tube sock style grip socks. You know the ones. Tennis socks with a few rubber elements on the bottom. They're something I generally don't like, I generally don't recommend, and I've pretty much done that with all the ones I have reviewed so far. On the whole, not interested. So when I received these from an Irish-based company, I was thinking exactly the same thing. Here we go again. But that's turned out to not be the case. I have been pleasantly surprised by so many elements of these Vision grip socks. So let's break them down, see why I like them, and see why you maybe should consider buying them. As much as you're gonna see I'm pretty positive about these socks overall, I am gonna start with a negative, and it is just the looks. Now, it's not that they look bad, I just think there's too much branding going on. You've got the Vision logo here, you've got a Vision logo at the top, you've got the big Vision logo down the back, and it's a V with basically a diamond. I don't have anything against the logo, there is just an awful lot of branding on this particular sock, which is a bit much for me, but it doesn't harm the performance. Speaking of logos, we'll jump straight into talking about the grips, which you can see here, and they have that diamond logo in them. Now, you might think this is just for design purposes, and it very well might be. However, I think it's actually a very clever design, because when you put these on and the socks stretch out, what it does is it allows this rubber material to stretch out and cover a larger surface area without making the socks excessively grippy. Now you might think more the merrier in terms of grip. That's not actually how it works. You want a really nice amount of grip that isn't going to cause any kind of blisters or not allow you to get the boots on well or anything like that. These do a really good job, and it's because of the way that these grip elements stretch out because of that missing piece in the middle. Overall, that general coverage is very good without being overly aggressive in terms of grip. I really like it, and it also means that the sock remains nice and flexible, something else that I'm a big fan of. So as far as something that has your standard rubber grip elements on, these are actually quite well designed and quite smart, some of the better ones that are around. But again, looking at these, they don't look a huge amount different to what you're going to get from a large number of other brands that make a similar thing. But if you look closely enough, there are differences. You'll notice here that there's actually not just a straight up tube sock that runs up and down. That is the main construction, but there's ventilated areas up the top and around the back and sides. And this is exactly what you think it is. It's just for more ventilation and more comfort. Now, I don't know if it makes a huge amount of difference, but it does retain that kind of flexibility, that stretch, and it actually makes the socks fit really nicely, and they've been very comfortable. And it's nice to get something that is that little bit different. It's not super standard. They've tried something different and they have delivered a more ventilated sock. So if that's something that you're looking for, then these are definitely worth considering. The ventilation through the forefoot area here is also very good in comparison to other socks of this particular style without sacrificing the quality of the materials and the durability, which happens a lot. The thinner you go with this, the more likely you're going to get pulls or snags, or it's not going to wash very well. And these have actually done a really good job of striking a balance between really nice ventilation and also good quality materials. So I touched on it there, quality of material, and that does tend to vary in these particular type of socks, and the cheaper ones have tended to, in my experience, just have poor quality materials, and the worst thing about them is they just wash poorly. You get 2 or 3 washes out them, they start to lose some of that elasticity, they just don't fit properly, they don't fit around your heel, you get bunching, it's all bad news. The quality here is actually very good, including the elasticity. They're one size fits all, which is something that I've said before I don't particularly like, and I would much prefer these to come in a variety of sizes because I just think it's a better sock that way. However, there is plenty of stretch in here, and they are really going to fit most foot types. They fit me just fine, I have no bunching problems, and they do a good job. A tip for Vision in the future is that I do want to see a variety of sizes, but honestly, for the price that you pay here, I don't think it's a giant issue. Back to the material itself, it washes really well. It's something that's been really noticeable with the Vision grip socks is just they just hold all of their properties much better than most other grip socks around this price point, and even more expensive after multiple uses and multiple washes. So in durability terms, these have actually been pretty impressive, and the material itself is just nicer than those other cheaper grip socks. If you compare it to a regular pair of pure grip socks, a pair of Gain the Edge grip socks, for example, a pair of the top spec sports grip socks that I reviewed earlier, the material here is better than all of those. So it's really put some effort and some time into delivering what I think is actually, in this category, a very good pair of socks. I touched on the fit earlier, said it was very good, and I do stand by that, mainly because of how elastic it is and how well it retains that elasticity over wash times. In terms of the shaping, there's no anatomical shaping here. So there's just a straight end. There's no left and right foot shaping, which is something that I like to see on my grip socks. I don't hate that it's not on these, because in this particular category, it's hard to get that. If at any point you're like, wow, I need a pair of Vision grip socks, then do hit the link that I'll post down in the comments. There's no affiliation here. I don't make any profits or bonuses from that. I'm just making it easy for you. However, if you do want to pick up something from Soccer Supplement, they are supporting Boot Wizard for the rest of this month by giving you 20% off. So if you head over to Soccer Supplement, you can add anything you want to your cart and then add the code UPMyGame5, and that will give you 20% off courtesy of Boot Wizard, and it also helps support the channel all the way through until the end of the month. So thank you to Soccer Supplement, and check it out if you are in the market for any energy gels, energy drinks, or anything like that to kind of up your game. Let's get into the prices. I've said a lot of nice things about the socks, but are they worth your money? Which is always the most important question. These are the Vision Pro, so it's like the second generation of the Vision grip socks, and they're the ones that I would recommend checking out over the OGs. The OGs I haven't tried personally, but they do look a lot more standard. They don't seem to have that extra element of kind of quality that the Pro version do, and the Pro version is like an extra euro. They're €11.99, which is one of the cheapest grip socks that we reviewed, and considering the quality is actually very impressive, especially if you compare it to other socks that are around this price point. These do a really good job of delivering value for money, which is exactly what we want here. We don't want cheap and rubbish. We want good value, good quality for what we pay, and these absolutely deliver this, and I can recommend you going out and picking them up. However, the Boot Wizard standard shipping rant. Is it coming? Is there a standard shipping rant to come with the price of these? Depends where you live. So I live in Ireland, Vision are an Irish company, and shipping is about €5. So €5 onto the 12 means that these are decent. Like, it's not an excessive price to pay, and as always, if you buy multiple pairs, the cost of shipping starts to come down to a point where it does become very affordable. With these particular socks, even 2 pairs with that standard €5 shipping actually makes it a decent buy. If you're over in somewhere like the UK, you're only looking at €6. So again, a very decent price, and without having to pay excessive amounts of shipping. There are a couple of places that I checked shipping for. Canada, for example, doesn't show that there is any shipping available to Canada, so I can't give you that. But if you are shipping out, or if you are living in the USA and you want a pair of Vision grip socks shipped to you, put my teeth in, unfortunately it is going to cost you €15 to get that shipped across to you from Ireland, which more than doubles the price of the socks, and means that they're not really going to be a viable option for you, and you would have to be buying multiple pairs at that €15 shipping in order to make it worth it. So worldwide shipping is too expensive. However, more local European and Irish shipping actually means that these are a very decent option, and something that I genuinely think a lot of people should consider as their grip socks. As standard, all of these socks tend to end up in the cheesy category, which is basically the socks that I wouldn't wear over a Nike Crew. They're all the same, they all have these grip elements, and meh. The only sock that has escaped that of this style is the Pure Grip Sock Pro. However, it now has a friend, the Vision Grip Sock. It's not quite the same level as the Pure Grip Sock Pro in my opinion. That one is slightly better because it does have more features, and I do very much like the new material that's made out of. However, the Vision Grip Sock for me, of everything else that I've got on there in that style, is definitely the best. These, absolutely, I would throw them in the mix and I'd be happy to wear these on game day. I think they do a really, really good job, and I am delighted to be able to sit here and say that to you because I don't get to say it very often about this particular style of grip sock. So well done, Vision. If you are interested, do check them out. And of course, like this video, get subscribed to my channel, and you can head over to patreon.com/bootwizard where you can support us. If there are any other grip socks you want to see us review alongside our standard boot reviews, then please let us know down in the comments as well. Thanks for joining me today. Remember, if you do want 20% off Sucker Supplement, then please hit the link down below and use the code up on screen now. It's all from Boot Wizard today. Have a good one. We'll see you soon.